October is really busy month for Hopis. We're like ants. We're getting ready for the winter. So people are out there collecting their little piñon nuts, harvesting corn. But I'm glad to see so many of you here to hear our friend from Japan, Masaru Emoto, talk about water, which is, of course, very important to everyone, to all life. And the way we met Mr. Emoto was some years ago. We were at a conference in Rio Grande River. It was a conference in Santa Fe about Rio Grande because it was getting very polluted. And so we were asked to participate in a ceremony to heal the river. And 2 months before, there was a delegation of people from Japan that came by the house and wanted me to go to Japan to talk about water. And at that time I told them it's too far away, I'm too old, I want to stay close to the house, I might never come back. And so I said, maybe, I said, I didn't say yes. And then they came back the second time. And then I told them the same thing, and right after that is when we went to Santa Fe. And as we were sharing our knowledge about water, one of our advisors, Jerry Ho now, I think he's there, sitting there. Stand up. I want everyone to know Jerry. He was talking, and he said something that was very nice. He said, in Hopi, believe every raindrop sings its song. It has its own song. And next morning, there was a lady waiting for us, and she handed us a book. And I put it in my bag, got home and read it. And it was a book called Messages from Water, written by our guest, Mr. Emoto. So when I got an email again from our Japanese friends to see if I would come, I told them I would come on one condition, that I would have an audience with Mr. Emoto. In about half an hour, we got an answer. He said, yes, he's waiting for you. As you fly over our mesa, and if you are on a plane, what you see is a hand like this, another hand on top of it. Inside is fresh water, lots of it, put here to keep us moving thousands of years. And as we all know, that's where Peabody is getting all of the water to make gravy called cold slurry, and then to use more water to pump it 273 miles into Nevada. And the reason they're using that fresh water, pristine water, is because it has very few chemicals in it. So when they use that water, it doesn't corrode the pipes as fast if you were to use water that's not as good. And they are, by the time, and we have fought the fight to stop them. Black Mesa Trust was organized primarily for that reason. And we are succeeding. December 31st, we're going to have a big party We have a countdown because that's when we're going to be shutting the pumps down. They are shutting them down December 31st. The bad part is that by the time they shut down, they will use over 40 billion gallons of the most pristine water you can find anywhere in the world. If 8,000 to 10,000 Hopis were to use that amount of water, 40 billion, it would take us around between 700 and 800 years to use that amount of water. And Peabody will have wasted that in 35 years. They have taken water from our children. But we have stopped them, but not, and as we were fighting this war against Peabody, it was hard to do because we had to play the game according to their rules. Meaning we had to fight the fight using Western science, but there was no way for us to win the fight using their rules, playing a game in their territory, following their rules. So water told us, the water said, bring the fight to your territory. Talk about water as I have told you, your ancestors, about what water is, about how it works. It works like a body. There is the underground water, there is the sea water, there are the rivers, and there's the cloud waters, the ocean clouds, the cosmic sea, the earthly waters, and Badiwakati, which is the ocean. He said, they're one big body. They all work together to make life possible. And so we followed their advice. We listened to the elders. They shared with us many information about traditional wisdom. I call it Hopi science. And that is when Peabody could not fight us. That's how we won. We went to our ancient traditions, ancient knowledge, and Mr. Emoto confirmed what we have always believed. In a sense, we have put ourselves into a position where we now feel obligated to share our knowledge with the rest of the world, because all over the world, people are faced with water crisis. Every 8 seconds, a child dies because they don't have fresh water. In our tradition, the 3 points means when our ancestors came here, they gave us an ear of corn, a gourd of water, and a planting stick. An ear of corn is our mother, our food for our bodies and our souls. And the gourd of water is fresh water. The reason it's a gourd is because it's limited. And the planting stick is the technology, like this thing I'm using right now. And so these are the 3 things that a farmer, and Hopi's call this farmer Masa. See, that this is all we need to build a strong society. The Hopi say we went through 4 worlds, and we now have a chance to build this. So that's the handshake. And we did this with the Shinto priest, the Buddhist priest, and they all like that.